All right, so Hillary Clinton versus Joe Biden in terms of electability. This is going to be a fantastic case study in just how much personality traits affect voting patterns, because they have exactly the same policies and they'll be facing the exact same opponent. So, the difference between the two is simply in like how they are as a person in terms of the various traits they have. So, what are the differences between the two? It's fairly obvious. Joe Biden is a lot more likable than Hillary Clinton is, and Hillary Clinton is a lot smarter than Joe Biden is. I'm not saying Joe Biden's dumb. I think he's a distinctly average intelligence individual. If he took an IQ test, he'd probably get like 105. Okay, great. But there's definitely a huge gap there. So, which would you rather have? Well, let's start off with the likability thing, because Hillary Clinton, her trait combination here is anti-synergistic. She's highly intelligent, but highly unlikable. These work against each other. Like, if this were a video game, like having the trait intelligent and then having the trait unlikable would produce a hidden third trait called like evil or something, which is just a negative boost towards your likability. This actually works in reverse for Joe Biden. He's perceived as less intelligent. Like, I'm gonna say dumb. Like, as I said, I think he's average intelligent. I'm just gonna use dumb as for the rest of the video. If you're dumb and you're likable, this is a boost towards you. So just like off that top line combination, I would certainly give the edge to Biden. Going further into likability, like the edge here that Biden has is huge. I politically identify as a member of the white working class. I voted for Trump in 2016. I have no problems with Joe Biden as a person. I actually, if I were polled right now and I were to give like a favorability rating, I would probably rate him somewhat positive. This is a huge problem for Trump campaign. If someone like me views Biden positively, I think this is a statement that can apply to large swaths of the Midwest. So, I mean, that's definitely a bonus for Biden. I did not like Hillary at all. So this is just pure bonus for Biden. But in terms of intelligence, so where does Hillary Clinton's intelligence edge factor in terms of politics? Well, it's just that her political instincts are better. She makes less mistakes. Her campaign was probably just better organized from start to finish. Like, Joe Biden's campaign, especially this primary season, is horrible. He didn't do, okay, first off, he's going to win the primary. So how can I say that? Well, it's not like he did anything to win the primary. They handed the primary to him, and he did not even like do anything smart to do that. It's just how it happened. He blundered his way through Iowa, got horrible scores in Iowa, got horrible scores in New Hampshire, and got like pretty bad. He was supposed to win Nevada and he didn't. So nothing he did in the primary indicates any sort of high political intelligence or any of that. So, I mean, it's it's going to be hard for him to go up against someone like Trump, who has out of this world political intelligence in terms of like what to do in terms of his intuition, and like it also speaks poorly to his campaign staff, who like somehow allowed this to happen. So in terms of how it plays out in the end, this is what I would say. If on election day it's the same, it looks the same as it did in 2016, where it looks like the Democrat will win, Joe Biden will probably win. If he's up on election day, he'll win, because there's going to be far fewer like anti-Biden voters. I don't think there might not be any anti-Biden voters. The lack of intelligence comes to play before election day. So if his lack of intelligence is a huge issue, you'll see him just decline the polls throughout, and the effect will have already played out by the time election day arrives. He would be down like 4 or 6 points, or like in terms of the swing states, by the time that happens. So I think the overall effect is you'll see the polls probably a lot closer than they were in 2016 at election day. But if Biden's up, he'll win, and if he's down, he'll lose. It's pretty simple, I think. I would certainly rather be Biden in this scenario, so I would give him the edge here.